nana owai. I will love you, my child. I will love you, my child. I will love me, my child. I will love me, my child. Hey, do you love the inner child in your life? Do you love the inner child in your life? And I'm asking that as a serious question because we got a subject to talk about today. Excuse me. How important is your life? How important were the tragedies, the hurts, the shames, the wounds, the traumas that happened in your childhood that have followed you through life, through alcoholism and drug addiction, through overeating and overspending and hoarding and sexual abuse and all those kind of things, that you do to yourself? How many of those things have followed you into your life? How many of you have actually taken the time to do the shadow work and the shadow hurt work? Because it hurts to do shadow work. Just because you're woke and you can't, you came to and you come to an awakening doesn't mean that you've done any work. It just means you're coming to, hopefully, your awareness. How many of you have done that? Ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai. The guides and the spirits gave me this song because there is so much healing to do. There was so much healing for me to do, and there probably still is. I've done a lot of work. And part of the healing that I've had to do is, and by the way, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. If I forgot to do that, my apologies. And happy Warrior Wednesday. And part of being a warrior on Warrior Wednesday and every day is about taking care of that little child, bringing that child into the present life from the past, from the hurt past, and integrating that child with the man, with the adult, with the woman, with the little girl, with the woman, aho. And are you ready to do that? Can you do that? Aho. One of the things that I've always reminded of, especially lately, because I hear a lot of people talking about what they don't have, what they're gonna have, what they're gonna do, what they can do, but they're actually not doing anything. Because something happened someplace, and it happened to me. It happened to me. There were people in my life, because I'm a dreamer. Yeah, I'm a water sign, so I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun sign, but I'm a triple Cancer, so I'm all water all the time. So I'm a dreamer, and I've always had dreams. But there was always people in my life, and they were parents, and they were brothers and sisters, and there was all kinds of people along. They were lovers, wives, girlfriends, you name it, who just burst the bubble of my dreams, and not because they wanted to, not because they could, but because I let them, because I was so wounded, I didn't know how to defend myself or deflect those sorts of things. I didn't know how to protect myself. Well, guess what? When I became a healer, and then I stepped into my medicine path, aho, if you want to call me a curandero or a shaman or whatever it is that you call me, because the community calls me that, I don't name myself, aho. So, and there are those out there that do name themselves, and I always have questions about that. So anyways, once I stepped into my power and the power of who and what Walking Crow is, and what Walking Crow was dreaming about, what Walking Crow was going to do, there was nothing, absolutely nothing that was going to stop me. I went to a school, a healing arts school called Lionheart Institute of Transpersonal Energy Healing in Studio City, California. And when I finished my first round of courses and I got my certificate as a healer, the then director of the school was pushing about me going back to take classes and going back to do more classes, and it was going to cost me $7,000 to get a therapist certificate, energy therapist certificate from them. And I told her I don't have any interest in that. I'm more interested in the shamanic path, and I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know what I just said to her. Well, what happened was she said no, and she kept pushing. You got to do this. We need male teachers. You're a good teacher. You could teach for us, but you have to get your certification, this certificate, so you can do that. And I looked at her, I said, what do I need that for? I'm already teaching. I don't need you to teach, right? She was already bursting my bubble. Well, I never went back to that place once I got my certificate. In fact, that certificate from my energy healing certificate, it doesn't hang on my wall anymore. It's in a bin someplace because I won't hang it up. Because those that claimed to want to help me were trying to hurt me. I felt like it was extortion, actually, about money. It was all about money, and it shouldn't be. I see clients, and sometimes those clients can't afford to pay. I see people, and I sell drums, and sometimes a drum has to go someplace, and there's no exchange involved other than a thank you. Sometimes that happens with the rattle, and that's the way it is. I was taught by my elders, the things that we have, this drum here, for instance, this beautiful 15-inch deer hide drum, the things that we have are not ours to keep. They're ours to use until it's time for them to go elsewhere. And so I had to go elsewhere. And the medicines that started to come to me, the Spirit started to sing to me, the Spirit started to call to me. I was invited to Sedona to do fire ceremony for the Imagine Center in Tarzana, California. So we came to Sedona. I did fire ceremony, and the whole time I was here, Sedona was calling to me, Walking Crow, you have to come back. We are the ancestors. We are the ancient ones. We are waiting for you. We've been waiting for you. Wow. So Sedona is my home. Sedona is my home. And I was back and forth from LA to Sedona, to Santa Barbara to Sedona, down into North San Diego County, back to Orange County, to Los Angeles, to San Diego, and to Santa Barbara, and to Palm Springs and the Palm Deserts, and back to Sedona, back and forth, till finally last September I moved here permanently. And because I was willing to do the work of the child, Ayonana Owai, Ayonana Owai, Ayonana Owai, Ayonana Owai, I got to kick down that wall that was between you and me and God, and worst of all, me and me. Yes, there was a wall between me and that child. And there was nothing I could do about it till it was time to knock down that wall. Now, I'm going to tell you, there was a lot of people that came between me and that child and me and my dreams. A lot of people. And I've had a lot of careers. And there's people who like to, rub that in my face. I have a sister that says, oh, you tried this, and she tries to tell me about my failures, but I didn't have any failures. All the years that I was doing my work, there were no failures, because Walking Crow, and even Anthony Rodriguez, was willing to try, willing to take the right foot, best foot forward. Whether I failed or I was disappointed by others, whatever the case was, I made the effort, and I put up and I shut up. When others, are waiting for their pension, and they're paying their mortgage, and they're doing all those great things, I guess. If you like to be a slave to things, you can do those things. I had never become willing to do those sorts of things. I don't own my own home. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a boss that I answer to, although I answer to Great Spirit. I answer to Great Mother. I answer to the power and the guidance of the medicine wheel, the 4 directions. I answer to my ancestors, all my relations, mitakwiyasi. I answer to little Anthony, the little boy that's now with me, integrated with the man, with Walking Crow as Walking Crow. So I don't let anybody eat my lunch. I don't let anybody steal my dream. Sometimes I have to walk away from things, like I had to walk away from my marriage. She said she wanted a divorce. I said, okay, as much as that hurt, as much as I was angry about that, as much as I was resentful, I had to walk through that. And those things, all of those things, are the stepping stones that I walked on to transcend, transmute, transform, and transition into Walking Crow, into right here, right now, on Warrior Wednesday. So are you willing to do the darkest, most painful work with your child? Are you willing to do the darkest, most painful work with yourself? because doing sound baths and yoga and going on hikes sometimes isn't enough. That's not enough, because that's not the work. That is not the work. I have healers I work with. I have elders that I work with. I have teachers that guide me along the way, that have guided me along the way. And some of them were my clients. Some of them were my friends. Some of them were my relatives. Some of them I didn't even know. Aho. But they were those who were willing to stand by me and stick with me. And I have a family, a pure family here in Sedona, and they know who they are. They don't, as a matter of fact, none of them are on social media. And I like that. I like that, because they know who I am for me. They know who Walking Crow is. They don't have to see all the struggle and torment that I went through to become, to be. I kicked down that wall one stone at a time that separated me from me, me from you, me from God. There's a song by the Hot House Flowers. It's called I'm Just Trying to Get Through. And the lyric goes like this. I remember as a little child kicking against the stone wall I built around myself. I won't give in. I won't feel guilty. I'm just going to rise up and I'm going to be myself. I'm just trying to get through. And not only do I try to get through, I get through. My life is about the being. My life is about the doing of the being and the being of the doing. How many times do you guys hear me say that over and over and over again? Because I know it to be true, and I know it to be truth. I speak truth. So, saying that, saying that. So the wall came tumbling down between me and me, between me and you, between me and God. And if you're wanting to know how you can stop somebody else from eating your lunch, from stealing your dream, from breaking your heart by making better choices instead of choices from low or no self-esteem. Yes, I called it out. A lot of us have low or no self-esteem. Most of us have mommy and daddy issues that we avoid, that we don't talk about, because it's always his fault or it's always her fault. The lover, the boyfriend, the husband, all that. We find a lot of blame in others because we have so much shame in ourselves. I'm getting righteous on this, not self-righteous. That's some righteous shit right there, what I just said, because they're full of shame ourselves. Who shamed you? Who shamed you? Who still shames you? And we shame ourselves more and more as adults, allowing others to do that to us because we don't know how to dog paddle out of that. And if you want to learn how to dog paddle out of that shame and learn how to broad stroke or butterfly stroke out of that place, let me know. I can help, because I can, I do, I will, and I did. Today I told a friend of mine that, and you guys have to know this about me, because you guys know me to be in pretty good spirits all the time. And last year, anybody who knows what was going on with me last year knows that I was not having fun last year in June and July. I was in a lot of chronic pain. I had a patch on my eye because I had double vision, I had a palsy in my eye, and I had to travel across the country and do different things, go to these different events in a lot of pain. And many nights I couldn't sleep, but nobody knew that. But those were the stepping stones of healing that I stand in today. And I do these videos because I want you to know that you can too. Yes, you will. Si se puede. Word. Palabra. Word. Do you want to heal from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body? Seemingly is the biggest word in there. You are not hopeless, because I offer hope. I am here. I am Walking Crow. And I have this mantra that I share with everybody. And the mantra is, I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. You are where love lives, and you are what hope looks like. We are where love lives, and we are what hope looks like. Dive into that mantra as a daily prayer when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, and any time in the day where you start to get stressed out, where you get anxiety filled, where the issues in your tissues are making you sick because you don't know how to help yourself. This is how we start. This is how we begin. This is how we move forward when we don't know how to move forward. Aho, aho, aho. So this is the happiest part of my life. This is the happiest time of my life. I'm abundant, I'm joyful, I'm spirit-filled, and I, Walking Crow, am the light as you are. Aho, shinawana, honata, aho, shinawana, hey. And I don't live in self-doubt. I live in self-nurturance. And I nurture the nature that I was born with. I nurture the nature of the lineage of my ancestry. Aho, I stand in the power of that. Are you ready to do that? Ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai, ayo nana owai. I will love you, my child. I will love you, my child. I will love me, my child. I will love me, my child. Naho shinawana honata, aho shinawana hey. Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And if you're willing and wanting to get help, to find help, reach out to me at area code 818-442-1717 or Walking Crow at sacreddrummedicine.com. It's only a phone call or a click away, whatever it is you're doing. And if nothing else, we get to talk. I get to hear your voice. I get to support you in the way that I do, that Walking Crow does, as I support me, as I support others. Aho, aho. Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, wishing you a beautiful and happy Warrior Wednesday. Warrior Wednesday. Be the warrior in your life and be the warrior in the life of others. Have a good evening.